What's up YouTube? Toxic Arkham here. Today we're going to be doing a different video than what I normally do. Today we're going to be doing a guide video, and that character we're going to be doing today is Cooler. So one of the things I'm going to say before we start doing the guide video for Cooler, all the Coolers play the same way, so I'm going to go into detail about all the forms and what they do and stuff, and I'll show you how to use them. But as far as like the combos go, I'm going to show you guys how to do all the stuff with Cooler, with the custom, the original final form, and the fourth form. I'll also show you some stuff with the meta Cooler. But I will show you some things with the supervillain, but I'm not going to show you all of it. But I guess without further ado, we can get into it. I guess we're going to start off with the fourth form, the original form of Cooler. So we'll pick him. And for our training partner, I guess we can take... I guess we can take the original final form Cooler. Alright, let's go to Planet Namek. But yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting. Not going to lie. But, alright.
I'm nothing like my
So... Alright, before we start this, the first thing we're going to do is take off the CPU's recovery. Put that on off. Alright, so I'm going to teach you the basic combos with Cooler, and then I'll teach you the stamina breaks, and then I'll teach you the infinite combos / the combo extenders and so on. But alright, for the basic combos, this is square triangle with Cooler, and this is triangle, 5 triangles, and hang on. This is the square combo, 5 squares. And then this is 5 squares, 3 triangle, no, 4 triangle, no, 3 triangle, my bad, 5 squares, 3 triangles, that's what that is. And then this is triangle square, triangle square. Alright, so that's the basic combos. Now the stamina breaks. Alright, so if you're using the smaller forms of Cooler, I'd recommend only doing this with the smaller forms. It won't really work if you're using the final form, because the final form is a big character. Alright, so the first stamina break, what you want to do is this. Square triangle into the light. And here, let's put it on recovery though real quick. You can still leave it on. I'll get shit back fast. Alright. Or you can do the heavy. This. Now, there are 2 other more stamina breaks you can do, but in order to do these stamina breaks, you have to be in the air if you're using the smaller forms of Cooler. Let's get up in the air real quick. Get up more. There we go. Alright, that should be good enough. Alright, so to do this stamina break, what you want to do is you want to dash at them and do 3 squares. And then you do the light. That does work online, but if you want to do that online with the smaller forms, you have to be in the air to do it. It only works with the smaller forms while you're in the air. And you can also do this. You do 3 squares into the heavy or the light. It works either way, but just do 3 squares into the light or heavy and make sure you're in the sky. Or you can do this. Alright. You can do triangle square, and when he snaps like that, you can do the light. That's square, square, triangle, and then you do the light stamina break when he vanishes like that in that combo. Or you can do this. Like that. And that's how you do the stamina breaks with Cooler. But remember, if you want to do those 3 stamina breaks I just showed you, and you're using the smaller forms, you have to be in the air to do the little 3 square thing that only works in the air. But if you're using the original final form, it works without doing that. I'll show you guys later on. But alright, into the combos now. Now, Cooler does have infinites and he does have OP combos. I'll start with, I guess, the OP combos real quick. So this is an OP combo. You can do triangle square into the full power death beam, and that's over 5k with the original. Or you can do this. 5 squares into the full power death beam. Or you can do this. You can also do this 5 squares, 3 triangles. That does work, but it'll drop offline sometimes while online. But or you can do this. Now, if you want to do the square triangle into the death beam like that, you have to be in the sky to do this. So it only works in the air. You can do this while you're on the floor, but they can snap out of it if they're on the floor. But if you're in the sky, they really can't vanish out of this. But you can just do this. Alright, now as far as the little infinite / the combos extenders go, this works that I'm about to show you. This works with all the small forms of Cooler. The final form has similar things you can do, but it's different. But alright. So this is going to be one of the combo extenders. You can keep doing triangle. And you can just keep charging your key blast like this. And that's one of the combo extenders. It could be an infinite, but that's one. Now another one you can do is just this. 4 triangles, and then you stop at the last minute. This is a combo extender / an infinite. You can get out of this. You can snap, but you know, it's just a good combo extender. You can also do this. You can do 3 triangles into destructive ray. This is basically almost an infinite. They can snap out of this, but you can just keep doing this. You can also do 3 triangles into death beam. And you can also do this though. You can do 5 squares, 3 triangles, and when he knocks them away, you can see your combos. Do this. And then you can shoot a key blast down, your combo. But yeah, Cooler has some combo extenders / some step cancels you can do. Another step cancel / infinite you can do is this. Triangle, square, dash back. You have to be on the ceiling to do this. You just keep doing this all day. Yeah, that's kind of boring if you ask me. And some other infinites you can do / combo extenders are the full 5 square combo. You can knock to the floor, shoot a key blast. That works at any part where you're at in the map. You can be on the ceiling, but if you're on like a big map, it probably won't work. But just pick like a small map. You can do this shit. So there, keep doing this. Or you can do triangle. Like I showed you, can just do that when he knocks him away. I messed it up, but you can also do this as an infinite. Triangle, square, shoot a key blast. You can just keep doing this all day if you wanted to. And that does work, but alright, now if you want to land Sledgehammer with this Cooler, there's 2 ways you can do it, but we're going to take off his recovery. Alright. So you want to have someone on the floor, and you want them to have no stamina. If they have stamina, they can snap out of this, but you can just do that. You can do square triangle into Sledgehammer. That's all you can do if you want to do that. Now, another way you could land this, if they have no stamina, if their guard is broken, you can do triangle, square. Plant them on the floor. And then you do triangle, square. We'll square triangle into it after the triangle, square triangle. But that's how you use Sledgehammer. Now, if you want to use Supernova Cooler, all you have to do, we'll have to get him back up in the air. There is 2 ways you can use this. I guess I can show you this way first. Alright. First way you can use it is just that. Square triangles into the heavy on the floor. Into that. And it does pretty good damage even on this form of Cooler. Alright, so let's get you there. Alright. Recovery.
Get out of my way! Get out of my way!
Get up there. Alright, put back on recovery. Alright. Alright, so if you want to do the Supernova Cooler, just do that heavy stamina break like I showed you guys earlier. Then you can do this. Or you can do the triangle square version into it. can just do that.
I'll destroy this entire planet.
And that's how you use Supernova Cooler. But yeah, there's a total of 3 different ways you can use it. But that's how you use it on this one. And hyper movement, you can do this with the hyper movement on the meta cooler and the supervillain in this one. You can follow it up with a death beam, but you can't really do anything too crazy with it. But that's how you use that form. Oh wait, no. Oh, I forgot one more thing to show you guys. My bad. All right, there's one more thing I have to show you guys. You can do this too with the smaller forms of cooler. Hang on. Alright. That does work, but here, let's go back to character select. I think it's better if you're doing it on like a smaller opponent when you're doing that. But here, let's try it on like Trunks.
I'll give it my best shot.
Alright, let me try to see if I can show you guys this real quick, and then I'll move on to the meta cooler and then the final form and custom and shit. But alright, let me see if this shit works.
I'll take my time killing you.
Alright, so we're gonna take his recovery off again. Alright, so you can do this with 4th form cooler, meta cooler, or the supervillain cooler, but you can just sit there and do this. Yeah, it works better on smaller opponents. Alright, so if you want to do that, you basically just can keep knocking them away to the destructive ray. It's basically an infinite loop / a combo extender, or you could just do this. Wait. Oh yeah, I also forgot about Death Beam. You can stun them with Death Beam with just 1 hit. And you can just keep doing that with like Destructive Ray, just 1 tap. And then you can also do this for an infinite too. You can do Triangle Square. Charge your Ki Blast. The smaller forms of cooler have the paralyzing Ki Blast, but I'm gonna show you what the final form has in a minute. That's how you use cooler. Alright. That's how you use the 4th form cooler, but it's like I said, all the coolers play the same way, but you can do different things with the final form, but alright. Next, we're going to go into this one. This is personally my favorite cooler / my main cooler. I had some dudes say I main the final form / the custom, but this is my main cooler right here. This is my favorite form, this one. Alright, I guess we can take the 4th form cooler as our training partner today. But I'm going to show you guys some things you can do with meta cooler. It's not going to be that much different things you can do with them, because like I said, it's the same playstyle, but there is some different shit you can do with cooler. Alright. So I already showed you guys the Destructive Ray and the Death Beam thing. You can go up to there and do that. And you can do Square Triangle into that, but you can follow. There are combos you can use to do Faint Crash. You can do Triangle Square, and when he kicks them up in the air like that, you can do that. And another way you can use Faint Crash is this. You do 5 squares. Yeah, you do 5 squares, 3 triangles, and when he knocks them away. No, 2 triangles, my bad. 5 squares, 2 triangles, when he knocks them away, you can do Faint Crash. You can also continue your combos. But basically that shit I just showed you guys, it works the same way on this one. I won't show you all the shit because I just showed you it, but you know, it works the same way. But yeah, it's basically the same thing, and I already showed you guys the hyper movement, the supernova cooler, but as you guys can see, Cooler's a good character no matter what form he's in. Just one little thing I'll say while I'm showing you guys how to do this. Some people think Cooler's only good for the custom preset.
Be gone!
But with or without his custom preset, as you guys can see, Cooler's a pretty damn good character, no matter what form he's in. Alright, let's move on. I guess we can go to final form. I'll start out with the original final form and then I'll do the custom, but let's start out with the original final form first. We don't want to take someone too big as a training partner. I want a kind of a small opponent. Take this form. Nah, I'll just take Piccolo. Fuck it. Alright, we'll take this one. But alright, let me show you guys some shit with final form Cooler. Alright.
A pity you survived your own plans.
Alright, so this is the final form Cooler.
Killed by me.
This is his transform state.
Brother?
Now, some of the things I will show you though is basically the same thing, but you can do some different things. You can do triangle square into this. This is an infinite / a combo extender. Just sit there and just keep bouncing someone off the floor with this. But that's how you do that. Now, Death Crasher, there are ways you can land it. Death Crasher, it's kind of a weird move, but almost all of Cooler's combos can combo into it. So one of the ways I'll show you now will be this. That's 4 squares into it. And you can also do this. You can do triangle square, and when he does the kick down, you can do it into that. But you can also do this. Here, take off the recovery. You can do this with Cooler too, the final form. You square triangle into the Death Crasher, and you can also do triangle, the full triangle combo into it, 5 triangles. That does work. And then you can do that little stun thing I showed you guys earlier with the death beam. You can do that with this one too. Oh, you can also do this. Here, let me get another one. You can do the full 5 square combo, and you can do Death Crasher, but you want to be close to the floor when you do that. If you're up in the air like this, depending on how high up you are, if you were like all the way at the top of the map, it wouldn't have worked, but it does work, as you guys can see. Now, the stamina breaks. Alright. The stamina breaks are a bit different. On the final form, his stamina breaks are easier to connect. You don't have to be in the air all the time. You could just go up to someone and do this. 3 squares into it, and then Supernova Cooler. Or you can do the little, what's it called? You can do the light stamina break. But here, he dropped out of that. You might want to be in the air a little bit when you do this. You don't want to be directly on the floor. But final form Cooler is a big character, so his arms have pretty good reach, and you can just do the stamina breaks naturally. You don't have to be in the air. But, alright, let's try to get him in the air. You got recovery on? No, it's off. Alright, turn it back on real quick. Alright, there we go. Alright, you want to be in the air a little bit, and then you can just do that. The light, 3 squares into the light. Alright. You can also do that standard break I showed you guys earlier. Triangle square when he snaps into that. And you can also do this. When you do the bomb key blast with the final form Cooler, you can follow that up with a full power death beam. Like that. You can do Death Crasher, but you'll have to do the fast version. You can't charge it up, but alright. Alright, we're gonna showcase Shadow Crusher. Alright. Put him on ultimate attack 1. Alright, hold on. Alright, that's Shadow Crusher. So to basically tell you guys what that move is basically a counter move, and it's a pretty good counter move, as you guys can see. It can stop key blasts moves pretty easily, and it got buffed, so it does a lot of damage now. But it can break guards if they're doing ultimate attacks, and it can go through super attacks too. But I'll show you the super attack. Well, it going through a super attack. Alright, oh, that's the wrong one. Do light grenade. But yeah, as you guys can see, it goes through it and it got buffed, so it does a lot of damage now. Alright. Alright, now I'm going to show you guys how you can land Supernova Cooler with the final form. It's basically the same thing like with the heavy I showed you guys. You can just do the... Oh, I messed it up. Hold on. And you can do that. And there's another way you can do it. When you break them, you can do this. Throw a bomb key blast out when you do the heavy break. And then you can do that. But it's easier just to do the heavy break into it, but you could do that too. And I forgot there was something else I was supposed to show you guys. I just forgot. Oh yeah. You can do the 5 squares, 2 triangles. When he knocks them away, you can do Death Crasher. Yeah, I already showed you guys the Death Crasher combos, and I already showed you how to use well, how to use Cooler in general. Oh wait, there's one more thing I can show you guys. This kind of works online as an unvanishable, kind of. Sometimes it'll drop if there's lag, but this does work online. This works with any of the coolers too. You can do the full triangle combo, and if there's no lag or nothing, when he does the knockaway, it can be used as an unvanishable, and you can do an unvanishable energy wave. But yeah, that does work online, but there has to be no lag. Now, Fake Blast, you guys already know about Fake Blast, but Fake Blast got quote-unquote nerfed, but if you ask me, it kind of got bugged. But you can still use Fake Blast. The only difference with Fake Blast is now you can't really move out the way when you use it, because people used to just sit there and just abuse Fake Blast. We still got some people abusing it, but it's not really that much of a problem anymore. I still use Fake Blast, but you know, that's Fake Blast. Alright. I guess now we're going to move on to the final form / the custom cooler. But I'm going to show you guys something though real quick before I show you guys how to use the custom cooler. I'm going to show you guys some stats that I use for my cooler, and I'm going to show you some builds I have for the custom in case you don't want to use this build that I'm using for my custom cooler. Alright. So, I'll show you guys first my original build I was using before I changed it, but this is the original build I had on for my cooler. Alright, I had on the combo type C. I had on a different Super Soul. I had on... Where is it at? I'm nothing like my little brother. That's what it is. Alright. This is one build. I'm going to show you guys too the damage of each build. And why I say they're good. But this was my original build for the custom cooler. I only changed my custom cooler build because I kept losing to some dudes that would just run with me. No, not with me. Run from me. My bad. They would use my character, the custom cooler, and they would just run away the whole time with the little regen burst, so I had to change my build sadly, but this is my original build I was using for cooler. Alright. I won't show you guys how to use it, I'm just going to show you guys like typical damage that this build can do.
Is this?
But,
tell me at once, Frieza!
Alright.
Oh, don't throw a fit. Aren't you supposed to be the older one?
Alright, so that's some of the damage that the build can do. But as you guys can see, the damage is pretty good. But that Super Soul you see, I'm nothing like my little brother. It makes your bomb key blast, the charge key blast, do more damage. And here, I'll show you guys. Alright, let's see him. Let him get his health back. But I'm gonna show you guys the damage that it can do in this combo. The Super Soul. As you guys can see, with that one combo, it does over 10k. It's pretty good. It does a lot of damage, but that was my original build for cooler. I don't know if any of you guys will use that build, because that build, to some people that build's kind of outdated, but it's still usable. Alright. Okay, so the next build I'm going to showcase is, it's kind of what I already showcased. It's a damage build, but this is the second damage build. This is the V2 damage build, I call it. That one I had right there was the original damage build, but this is the second one. Alright, you leave on the combo type. And then you want to put on, what's that shit called? Alright, you can put on You Must Die by My Hand, but most people, you'll see, they'll use this. The real hell begins here, the poison shit. But this is the damage build V2, as I like to call it.
Greetings.
I'll showcase what the bomb key blast does when you use it on this damage build. But alright.
None in the universe is my equal!
Pick
Let
Lord
me
Slug,
test
I
my
don't care.
power on you.
Alright. But yeah, this is the damage build V2, as I like to call it. That original one I had was the original damage build, but this is the second one.
I expect to be entertained.
Alright.
He's a trash! See?
Alright, as you guys can see, it's pretty good damage. But that's the damage build V2. That's probably that's better than the original one I had. The original build I had on my cooler, but that's the second damage V2 build. Now, there is another build you can make, and this one is considered almost the quote-unquote OP cooler slash the unkillable cooler, because a lot of people can't really beat this build I'm about to show you guys.
Greetings.
Pretty sure you guys have already seen it, but this is the OP, well, the quote-unquote the OP cooler build. Alright. You want to put on health type C, and then you want to put on You Must Die by My Hand. Alright, so 9 times out of 10, if you run into a custom cooler nowadays, this is the only build they will have on. Because every time I see someone with this one, they'll either be using the health type stats, or they'll be using the combo type with the super soul. But here's one of the builds. This is the quote-unquote the broken build. Alright. I'm also going to show you guys how you can use the custom cooler. It's like I said earlier, it's the same thing, but there are different things you can do with the forms. You're kind of limited to what you can do with the final form. The custom is the only one that'll really let you do things with it, but it's pretty good, in my opinion. Alright, so this is the quote-unquote the unkillable build. Basically, you have double green bar, you have 5 bars of key, and then you have some good stamina. You have 7 bars of stamina. Pretty good build. Now, this build does do damage, like all of them, but I'm going to show you some ways you can use the custom cooler. Alright, if you want to do combo extenders, one of the ways you can do combo extenders is this. 3 squares, and then you can fly back, and you can just keep doing this all day. And then it's like earlier, you can do the square triangle in the air into that. And then you can do the little triangle into it, or you can just do this. But yeah. Now there is another thing you can do. This is an infinite. I don't really like it when people just sit there and pick custom cooler and just do this one little infinite, but I'll show you how to do it. Alright, so here's an infinite you can do. Wait, here, get him out the corner. Alright, to do this, you want to be on the ceiling / on a small map, but you can just do this. This is pretty kind of annoying. But yeah, yeah, as you guys can see, that's pretty much an instant kill. If you want to do that, you do 5 squares, 3 triangles, and when he kicks them in the air, you want to do that one little infinite, or you can just do this when he vanishes. I messed it up. But yeah, you can just sit there and do this, but I really don't like it when I see people use my character and they just do this one combo. It's pretty annoying, but that's one way you can do it. There's another thing you can do. This is a combo extender slash an infinite, almost. You can just sit there and you can just keep doing square, triangle, and the key blast cannon. It's pretty nice, but I already showed you the other things. But here, I'm going to change my moveset real quick and show you guys some other things you can do with custom cooler. Because you don't have to use key blast cannon like you see some people use online. You can use this move, Shockwave. Shockwave is pretty good now since the update, and it's basically another key blast cannon. But here, I'm going to change my moveset real quick for you guys. Alright.
Greetings.
So we're going to go to custom cooler. We're going to take off key blast cannon. We're going to put on, where's it at? There it is, Shockwave. We can take death beam off. We can put on consecutive energy blast. Take off death crusher, and you can put on, what's that shit called? Energy shot. And we can take off shadow crusher, and you can put on, what's it called? Death slash. Alright.
Greetings.
Oh yeah, I also forgot to show you guys. You can do the that little sledgehammer to key blast cannon with the custom cooler. But here, let me show you guys
None of
this
the
shit.
universe is my equal!
Alright,
Those fools!
alright, let's get into it.
I'll take my time killing you!
Alright. So, Shockwave is basically like the new key blast cannon almost. You can just sit there and do that. Or you can do triangle into it. You can do triangle into energy shot. You can't really follow. Wait, no, you can. No, you can. All right. You can do the full square combo in a consecutive energy blast, or you can do the full triangle, 5 triangles into it, or you can do triangle square, and then when you get them on the floor, you can do square triangle. Oh, that was the wrong move. My bad. Right, you can do square triangle. You can do square triangle shockwave. Yeah, you can do this over and over. But yeah, you can just sit there and keep doing that. Or you could just do the little...
You fool!
You can do 3 squares into Shockwave too. And then you can just dash out of them like this. But yeah, that's some things you can do. You can also do, what's it called? You can do square triangle. And then you can follow it up with the death slash. Death slash got buffed. It's not Death Wave. I wish they gave Final Form Cooler Death Wave. Death Wave is one of the best moves that got buffed since the update. But you can do that, square triangle into it, or you can do this. 3 squares into it. You can also do this too. I forgot to show you guys. When you do 3 squares, you can Z vanish out of it. Like that. But that's some ways you can use custom cooler. I'm gonna go change my build back real quick. I guess I'll show you the supervillain cooler real quick, and then that'll be it for this guide video. But make sure to drop a like and comment if you want to see more of these character videos. But here, let me go ahead and change my build back. Oh yeah, well I forgot one other thing.
Greetings.
If you're gonna use custom, if you don't want to use any of those builds I showed you, you can do the combo type, and then you could add on what's it called? You missed out my hand. But alright, we'll put back on the health type. I gotta change my skills. Alright, we put on Death Beam, Key Blast Cannon, and this was Shadow Crusher, and that was Death Crusher. Alright, there we go. Alright, I guess I'm gonna show you guys supervillain cooler real quick, and that'll be it. I basically already showed you guys how to use cooler, because if you remember what I taught you with the fourth form cooler, it's the same way with the meta and the supervillain cooler. But alright, put on him.
None in the universe is my equal.
Alright. So this is the last form of cooler. But alright. Now, one little thing I will say though before we kind of wrap this up, some people have asked me what is the strongest form of cooler in this game. If you ask me, the strongest form is the supervillain and the meta cooler. The custom cooler is good, but if you were to pick up the original final form against the meta or the supervillain, you could see that these coolers are way better. To be honest with you guys, almost all the custom partners are OP. Whether it's Cooler, Hit, Frieza, or Goku, or whoever it is, all the custom partners are OP. But if you were to put this one, the original final form, against the supervillain, as you guys can see, the supervillain has better stats and it does more damage, as I'm about to show you guys. But yeah, I'm going to showcase his damage. You can also do more things with the smaller forms of Cooler compared to the big forms. Big forms are good because Cooler's a big character, but he's surprisingly not slow. He's pretty fast in his final form. But if you ask me, I prefer the smaller forms over this, because there's just so much shit you can do with the smaller forms compared to the big forms. But yeah, if you ask me, as you guys can see, supervillain Cooler is better than the final form. Now it's basically kind of the same thing I showed you, but he has different moves. One of the different moves is Darkness Mixer. That move basically is a charge up move. They can hit you when you're powering up, but it gives you back ki and stamina now. And if you want to do Rage Saucer, this move, all you gotta do is this. Do full triangle into that. Here, take off his recovery. Yeah, here it is. But yeah, that's how you do that. You can also do this. New triangle square, triangle square. Into it. But you can do 5 squares. You can do 5 squares, 2 triangles into it too with the Rage Saucer. But yeah, you can do triangle into it, or you can do 5 squares, 2 triangles into it. And they changed the way Rage Saucer is now. They're locked into it now and they can't really fall out of it anymore. But I'll show you guys one last thing with the meta cooler and the original compared to the original final form. But yeah, if you ask me, the strongest forms of cooler in this game are the meta cooler and the supervillain. And possibly, I'd say even the original, the fourth form cooler. I'd say any of the original forms are better than the final form, but the final form is not bad by any means. But that's just my opinion as a cooler main. But alright, so this will be showcasing damage, like I said. When I use cooler, I kind of like to sit there and knock my opponent into some loops that they can't really get out of, so that way I can just sit there and keep pounding their health away until they die. But as you guys can see, this man Cooler and any of his forms are strong. But shit, I might as well just show you guys the fourth form, why not? But as you guys can see, any of the forms are strong. I'll do their fourth form again real quick just to show you guys some damage, but this will be the last one. Alright.
Let's get down to business.
Alright. But yeah, make sure you guys like, comment. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. If you enjoy these types of videos.
I expect to be entertained.
So, this is the original form, and some people will say this form does no damage either, but let's see.
You form! Curse you! Be gone!
Oh.
Get out of my way! Trash!
Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you guys one other thing. You can key cancel out of one of Cooler's combos, the triangle combo. You want to be on a small map though. Here, let me see if I can do it for you guys real quick. Alright, take off recovery. Oh. Here. You want to get behind him. Yeah, get behind him. Alright, this does work. But it mainly works with the final form, the bigger form. But this does work with the smaller forms. But that's all I have to show you guys with Cooler. If you like this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're not already. But I'm Toxic Arkham. That's how you use Cooler, all of his forms in. That's all from me.